You said that the president said bad things or wrong things about the Mexicans or Hispanics. What did he say about them?
He launched his campaign by saying that Mexicans were rapists and murderers, and that a wall is going to be something that's going to protect us from them.
When Mexico sends its people, they're not sending their best. They're not sending you. They're not sending you. They're sending people that have lots of problems, and they're bringing those problems with us. They're bringing drugs, they're bringing crime, they're rapists, and some, I assume, are good people. But I speak to border guards, and they tell us what we're getting. And it only makes common sense. It only makes common sense. They're sending us not the right people. It's coming from more than Mexico.
How do you feel right now sitting there being dishonest about what the president said? Do you believe that you are a morally repugnant person for putting out lies? He said that we have murders, rapists, and God knows what else coming across the borders. He didn't call, and he said we have some good folks coming. He didn't say Mexicans were like that.
He literally called them bad hombres.
He was referring to the illegal aliens coming across the borders.
Wow, another Trump hater. These leftist, wokeist liberals are terrible. They really are running on pure hatred for Donald Trump. I discovered this video and it's very interesting. I thought I'd share it to my community here. Thank you so much for always coming to watch my videos. I'm talking about the returning subscribers, and if you're new watching this video for the first time, do me a favor and hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell to get more videos like this. Without further ado, let's jump right straight into it.
I am Skyping with Sarah Kendzior. She's a writer out of St. Louis on economics, politics, and the media. She has a very interesting article published in the Globe and Mail. The Trump ship may finally be sinking. Sarah, good morning. Welcome to the show.
Hi, thanks for having me.
I appreciate you coming on. Have you ever been and are you a supporter of President Trump?
No, I'm not a supporter of President Trump.
And you've never been?
No.
And why not?
Well, I don't agree with his policies. I don't agree with his personal behavior. I've watched my entire life as he's hurt people in this country, as he's run businesses in an irresponsible way, as he's said inflammatory rhetoric, and as he's repeatedly lied. And I don't think he has the interest of the American people at heart. And so, we've seen him in action during his months in the presidency. I think he's done a terrible job. And I think that's a shame because America deserves better.
So you've always hated President Trump even before he became president?
It's not really a matter of hating him. It's a matter of thinking, what is good for America? What kind of policies work? What kind of person do we want our kids to look up to? What kind of values do we want to have? What kind of country do we want to be? And when I look at Trump, no, I don't see anything that I want to emulate, that I want our country to emulate. And I don't think he's really looking out for our country. I think he's looking out for himself. And so again, my emphasis is on citizens of this country and getting the kind of elected officials that we deserve during very difficult times.
You write, in your writing, you call the president morally repugnant. Give me an example of that.
Well, okay.
Because the thing you just named is just your personal opinions about him. But give me an example where the president is morally repugnant.
He bragged about grabbing women by the he was accused of rape by his wife during their divorce proceedings. He said extremely bigoted things about Mexicans, about blacks, about immigrants in general. These are things backed up in stereotypes meant to incite hatred. He equated neo-Nazis with the people who are fighting against them, including Heather Heyer, a woman who was killed. If you want to continue with this question, I'm going to be here all day because it's a very long list of misdeeds, and that's not even going into his corporate malfeasance, which is now hurting not just himself and people around him, but all Americans.
You just gave me fake news. Give me something that he said about black people that was morally repugnant.
Okay. He said that the Central Park Five was guilty of a crime that they didn't commit. He took out a full-page newspaper
How is that
ad in
morally
order
repugnant?
to. It's morally repugnant because it's a lie that defames innocent people, and he continued to do it long after their innocence was proved.
Did you think that about Barack Obama when he lied and said, if you like your doctor, you can keep your doctor? If you like your health insurance, you can keep your health insurance? Did you think, wow, this is a morally repugnant president?
You can keep your plan if you are satisfied with it.
If you like the plan you have, you can keep it.
If you like your plan and you like your doctor, you won't have to do a thing. You keep your plan. If you like your health care plan, you'll be able to keep your health care plan. If you've got health insurance, you can keep it. If you like your health care plan, you will keep your plan.
No, I didn't think that that was a case of a president being morally repugnant, because the act of passing Obamacare had to do with both parties and was a piece of legislature. It was not a bigoted comment
It didn't
and
have
a
to do
lie
with both
made
parties.
offhand about a group of teenage boys who had done nothing wrong.
It didn't
You can
have
certainly-
anything. It didn't have anything to do with both parties. The Republicans did not vote for Obamacare. He did it without the help. How about when Obama said, "If I had a son, he would look like Trayvon Martin"?
To the parents of Trayvon Martin. If I had a son, he'd look like Trayvon.
And we later found that Trayvon Martin was a thug who got what he deserved, as well
I
as
think
the
that's
police.
a terrible thing to say. I don't think Trayvon Martin was a thug, and nobody.
No, he was a
deserves to be-
thug.
He was not a thug.
He was a
and I
thug.
think it's a terrible thing to say. He was killed while walking down the street after buying candy. He was killed by one of his own neighbors for absolutely no reason. Then that neighbor was so
That's not true.
paranoid that he found him intimidating. And now this family has to go on for the rest of their lives without their son who he loved. He did nothing wrong. And so I think it's a terrible thing to say if
the
somebody
family-
was killed in such an atrocious manner.
His father and mother are fake. They're phony. They failed their
They're
son.
not.
They
I
are.
hope people listening to this show can hear what I'm saying and take the time to look up things in their own. We're all entitled to our own opinions, but we're not really entitled to our own facts, especially about an innocent teenage boy who was killed.
He was anything
and about
but
his
innocent.
parents.
But let me-
This is very easy to look
let me
up.
move on. Hold
So
on,
I
hold
really
on.
encourage your audience to do so. I think it would be very informative for them.
How about you said that the president said bad things or wrong things about the Mexicans or Hispanics. What did he say about them?
He launched his campaign by saying that Mexicans were rapists and murderers, and that a wall is going to be something that's going to protect us from them. He treats people as guilty when they haven't done anything wrong. Are there people who've committed crimes? Sure. Should we be anti-crime? Yes. Is crime inherently linked to someone's ethnicity or country of origin? No.
When Mexico sends its people, they're not sending their best. They're not sending you. They're not sending you. They're sending people that have lots of problems, and they're bringing those problems with us. They're bringing drugs, they're bringing crime, they're rapists, and some, I assume, are good people. But I speak to border guards, and they tell us what we're getting. And it only makes common sense. It only makes common sense. They're sending us not the right people. It's coming from more than Mexico.
How do you feel right now sitting there being dishonest about what the president said? Do you believe that you are a morally repugnant person for putting out lies?
No, I feel fine about what I'm saying.
So you're
because
okay
I'm
with lying?
criticizing actual
You're
policies
okay with
that the
lying?
president is doing that hurt people, and I don't want to see people hurt.
You're
So
you're okay with lying about the president, but you can judge the president and say that he's morally repugnant. What the president said is that we're going to put a big, beautiful wall around the borders, and because
It's
right
not a
now,
wall. And actually,
right now,
one
hold
thing
on,
that
hold
your
on a minute,
listeners
hold
should know
on,
is that the
hold
money
on,
for the wall
hold
was supposed to
on,
be used
hold
for
on,
disaster relief.
hold on. He said that we have murders, rapists, and God knows what else coming across the borders. He didn't call, and he said we have some good folks coming. He didn't say Mexicans were like that.
He's literally called them bad hombres.
He was referring to the illegal aliens coming across the borders. Does it bother you at all that illegals coming across the borders are affecting blacks first and foremost when it comes to jobs, crime, education, healthcare? Does that bother you that blacks are being hurt first and foremost?
No, because that's
No?
a myth.
You don't
This
care
is
about
not
that?
what's actually happening. There are a lot of people in this country who are struggling to find work. That is something that is accurate. This idea that immigrants are coming in and stealing jobs is a myth. The main thing that's hurt our economy is automation, and that's something that he is not addressing.
So
there
you're
are plenty
saying-
of immigrants who are coming over, as they have throughout American history, looking for a better way of life. The majority of them, the vast majority of them, have committed no crimes, and they should not
Not
be
true.
lumped in with people who have.
So you're saying that, Sarah, that you, as a white woman, a liberal, you're not bothered at all. You can care less that illegal aliens are affecting blacks first and foremost. You don't care about that.
I think that that's an incorrect assumption, and it's pretty easy to go and look up and find information about why the economy is hurting. I do think that the economy is bad. I do wish everyone could have better job opportunities. I don't think that that's the fault of people coming from Mexico. I think that we should have better job programs and plans that look out for all American citizens, and I don't think that President Trump is doing that. You could
So
see that
you're saying that
yesterday in his speech.
the blacks, Democrats, black liberals who are complaining about this, are they lying?
That are complaining about what?
The illegals coming in and affecting them first and foremost, are they lying?
I don't know if they're lying. I think that they're
Do you believe
misinformed
that
if that is the position that they hold, because it's not a true position.
So you're saying that they're misinformed?
They will be. I don't know. You should ask them.
Amazing.
I'm not going to speak for people who I don't know personally.
Who has
I
been
can just tell you that that position is based on incorrect information.
amazing? You're misinformed. It's so sad. Who has been more violent and destructive in the past few years? Antifa and Black Lives Matter, the alt-left, or the alt-right and white nationalists?
I'm going to go with white nationalists on that one. I'm going to go with the people who plowed a car into a crowd of that were protesting Nazis and killed an innocent woman. Of course, white nationalists and white supremacists are more violent. There are statistics backing this up. There's been an enormous amount of growth of these kind of groups over the last 10 years, which has been documented. Trump is currently cutting off funding for research to track and prevent the growth of these violent movements. And I think that's a shame, because they're out there targeting and hurting people.
And so you just had Nancy Pelosi and others who are saying that Antifa is an evil group of people that need to be dealt with. When you see the violence, it's brought on by shameful people on the left who are dressing in dark clothes and hiding their faces like little cowards. In Charlottesville, we saw them attack the alt-right who had a permit to hold a peaceful freedom rally, and these people showed up. Black Lives Matter chanting, "What do we want? Dead cops. When do we want it now?" Pigs in the blanket, fry 'em like bacon.
Bacon! Pigs in a blanket! Fry like bacon! Pigs in a blanket! Fry like bacon!
And so you're sitting there saying it's the alt-right when it's
Yes,
really the alt-left. So it's just that you're not really
chanting the Jews would not replace
You're not
us.
really
You
an honest
actually
person.
Murdered somebody in that
Sarah.
rally, and you were out there with torches, and who were surrounded by peaceful people, by people who don't want the rise of neo-Nazis and the KKK in this country, who are tired of these extremist groups being pulled from the fringes to the mainstream and threatening people. Of course, we should be standing against that.
But Sarah,
that's basic moral action, and it's also an action of civil rights and protecting people from harm. That's what we should be about as a country.
Sarah, which is it? You're just poorly informed or wicked to the core?
I'm totally informed. I assure you I'm not wicked to the core.
Do you agree with me that there's no such thing as racism, that it has never existed? It's a lie that's been made up by godless liberals, and that
I do
black
not agree with
Americans
that.
Americans are suffering.
I do not agree with that.
Hold
I
on,
think
Sarah.
that
Sarah, hold on.
racism is real.
Hold on.
That's
Hold on.
why we've had laws passed
Hold on.
in order
Black
to prevent
Americans are
being
suffering.
harmed by racist discriminatory policies.
Sarah, black Americans are suffering due to the destruction of the family and the lack of moral character. It has nothing to do with color. Do you agree? And so racism has never existed, and blacks are being used by far left liberal radicals such as yourself and the Democratic Party, the media, in order to destroy this country, turn into
I
a
think
socialist
that's
society.
a really disrespectful thing to say to people who have suffered from racist and discriminatory
No, they're
policies
not.
throughout American history.
They have not.
This is a structural problem, and we've seen these laws in play.
Not true.
And I think that's a pretty cruel thing to say.
It's the truth. You know, the president said no transgenders in the military. Isn't that a wise decision?
No, it's a really bad decision, which is why Mattis, who actually is a general and has military experience, unlike Trump, has overruled it and wants to continue to let these folks serve.
Who would you want to be in a foxhole with a man or a woman who is confused about who they are? They're born male. They were born female.
Anyone who's willing to fight and sacrifice for our country is somebody worthy of admiration.
They were born.
Their sexual orientation or identity has nothing to do with their moral
It's
character.
insane. It's insane. But let me ask
No,
you.
it's not insane, and that's really disrespectful to our troops.
No,
But
it's totally
I'm not surprised,
insane.
Since Trump and his administration have been disrespectful of our military the whole time. Everything from going
Not
after
true.
John McCain to his or Han, to saying he was grateful for a Purple Heart because he doesn't know what a Purple Heart is, to slashing the budget for veterans. Those are all things that are really disrespectful to our military and our troops, and that personally harm them. So this is just one more part of that, and it's a shame. I think
Sarah, hold on, Sarah,
for our country.
hold on. Isn't it insane to call wrong right and right wrong? You are pretending
I think
that everything that's wrong is right. What happened to you that you lost your way?
I have had my way. I'm quite sure
What
of
happened?
my way.
Were you raised by your father and mother?
Everything I'm saying is accurate, and I know that we have different audiences,
Sarah.
which is why I'm willing to talk to you in the hopes that maybe people will go and think for themselves
Sarah.
and look up information and come to their own conclusions on these matters instead
Sarah.
of just
Sarah.
accepting falsehoods
Sarah.
as truth. I
Sarah.
think that would be a really great thing if that were to happen.
Sarah, were you raised by your father and mother?
Yes, I was, but that's irrelevant.
And do you respect men? Do you respect men?
I respect people who show
How about men?
high moral character and don't peddle lies and disinformation to the American public.
Do you respect men?
Sure, yeah, I
You do.
respect men, but I judge people as individuals.
Amazing. Well, I want you to know that President Trump is the greatest president that this country has ever experienced. Barack Obama, the worst.
I'm so
And
sorry.
in spite of you guys' hatred for him, he will make America
He's
great
not
again.
going to make America
And so
great.
your
Sorry,
article,
I have to inform
your
your
article
audience.
said that
It's
Trump.
Very nice to talk to you. Have a
Your
great
article
day.
said that Trump is. She's gone again. Your article said Trump ship may finally be sinking. Wishful thinking. Sarah Kendzior hung up on me.
Yes, guys, as you can see, these woke left progressive liberals are very delusional. They think their superpower is to keep talking over people and try to pretend that they can hear you. So that's how they think they can get their way. They depend on propaganda. That's what they do. But ultimately, the truth will be revealed. As we saw in the current US election, Donald Trump triumphed over all the lies of the left woke people. Thank God for that. Now some common sense is going to be coming in to the United States and to the rest of the world. Guys, tell me what you think in the comment section. I'd like to react to your comments. Your comments are important to me. My name is Roland. If you're not subscribed to this channel, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell to get more videos like this. I'll see you in the next update.